Hey, Slick Talkers, thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. And I know that if you love this show, you'll also love my morning show called Good Morning Hospitality with my co hosts Michael Golden and Brandy Canali, as we spend 30 minutes every Monday morning to dive into the industry's top latest news and trending topics. So go check it out on wherever you find your podcasts at Good Morning Hospitality. And you can live stream with us on Monday mornings on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. Now, I hope you enjoy this episode.
Welcome to Slick Talk, the hospitality podcast where we discuss all things hospitality, hotels, and business. You can find us online at slicktalkthepodcast.com and on every podcast listening platform.
What up, all my Slick Talking fans out there for hotels, travel, and business? Welcome back to this episode of Slick Talk, the hospitality podcast. Sleeping in on Slick Talk, whatever you want to call it. I appreciate everybody tuning in for this week's episode. I know I've taken quite a break. Had a good little streak, but life catches up. Business, busyness, all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm super excited. Just kind of talking about the industry, some changes, some stuff going on, and kind of just giving a quick episode out here. I really want to talk about Accor hotels, or just Accor now as they rebranded recently. Some updates, not really an update because not much info is out on this accusation, or sorry, not accusation, but I don't know, I guess purchase, you could say, for Airbnb purchasing hotels tonight, which I personally don't like OTAs at all. For those who don't know what OTA is, an OTA is a other travel agency or outside travel agency, whatever you want to say. Different terms, different people. And so Airbnb already, pretty much from my understanding and prediction of where it's going, it's going to be the number one travel site across all platforms, where Airbnb, started out as a couch surfing type company to vacation rentals, from vacation rentals to hotels, and now they've purchased, or are in the middle of a purchase of acquiring Hotels Tonight, which is an OTA where you can book instant discounted rooms for hotels, last minute bookings, and not many details are out other than they're still in the process. They haven't even put out a number of what it's going to cost for Airbnb to acquire Hotels Tonight. So this should be an interesting change in the industry, because I personally don't like OTAs, but this OTA specifically I've actually attempted to use and have kind of used a little bit for future trips I have coming up. And so, interesting story. Looking forward to more popping out soon.
I was the director of restaurants for the Hilton Corporation at the Salt Lake City Center in downtown Salt Lake. And I worked at I was a director of food and beverage at a Marriott Autograph Collection property in Park City, Utah.
Awesome. Well, that's kind of similar background. You and I both come from an Autograph Collection Marriott property, so that's pretty sweet. We know the standards there are very well and very high. So kind of cool for you though. Like you did in that 90-day period, you jumped pretty far in that chain of command. So I guess you could say you were at the right place, right time, and also being a GM coach now in the last 4 or 5 years, you've really kind of carved your own path of success very quickly, and very true that that your skills and the kind of the, I guess, guideline that you created is working.
Yeah, I've basically developed a system that works in 3 different pillars, where it's about hiring for character and having a team for great character. That's the first pillar. Training people above the expectations of our guests and our owners, and above the expectations, and then basically creating.
Really standing out in my eye, I seen a couple people that are just
really owning their own niche, and they're going above and beyond in their own business. So you'll see some interviews, some upcoming news, along with information and maybe tips and tricks that I'm throwing out there for my consulting company. So stay tuned. If you're listening to me on Anchor, then go ahead and send me a message if you're curious or want to be on the episode. I'm always looking for co-hosts. You'll see a couple episodes in the series coming up later on after you listen through a few episodes. It's called, it's going to be with Adam Knight. He's the owner of Proven Principles in California, and me and him are doing a series together as well. 20-year veteran guy, been in the industry for a long time, and so yeah, I'm excited. Stay tuned for all these episodes. You can check out my podcast website and consulting company website on SlickTalkThePodcast.com or OpenRoadHospitality.com as well. Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. I'm on it. So hit me up. Let me know. I'm really excited and looking forward to this new journey of podcasting, development, training, and mentorship as I also am growing in my own journey in the hotel world.
Thank you so much for listening. We love your support and want to provide the best we can to all our listeners. So please find us online, social media, and on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast.
What's up, everybody? If you've gotten this far into the episode of Slick Talk, the Hospitality Podcast, then you are amazing, and thank you so much for tuning in. We want to send you two places really quickly. If you can, check out the show notes and click the hospitality.fm link. Check out all of our other shows on the podcast network. And don't forget, if you have someone that you want to hear on the podcast, then fill out the guest fill out form so that way we can get them on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy another episode of Slick Talk, the Hospitality Podcast.